Hey there, thanks for tuning in to What's Up Weekly this week. It's Tuesday, February 20th. We're glad that you're tuning in to see what's going on in student, children, and family ministry here at Southgate, and we are glad that Jordan is with us today.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Special guest. Why are you on this side of the camera?
Brian was unable to be here. He had his knee wrenched this morning.
Yes.
Yeah, it was interesting to me because I, sent out a text sometime Sunday to see if we're ready to shoot, and he said, "Yep, thumbs up. Tuesday morning works for me."
9 a.m. sounds good.
So he forgot something.
So you can be praying for Pastor Brian today and this week as he rehabs a little bit. I'm sure that he'd appreciate your thoughts and prayers, but even more than that, he'd probably appreciate celebrating the National Day of cherry pie.
Cherry
So
pie.
if you have a special cherry pie recipe, feel free to bake one, take it over to Pastor Brian. He would be very appreciative of that.
I think peach pie maybe his favorite. Don't quote me on that. But I feel like you could take the occasion to do
Absolutely.
whichever.
Absolutely. And we do have a couple logistics just to keep you up to date on all the things going on here, student ministry. The first one is that tomorrow night at youth group, we'll be doing week 2 of our series on love. Last week we looked at God's love for us, and tomorrow night we'll look at our love for God and then our love for others. So I encourage you to dialogue with your student this week about what are some ways that they can love other people, whether it be at home, at school, things like that. Tomorrow night, we're going to study the New Testament, a lot of the one another commands, and what it looks like for us as Christians to love one another. Also, our next event for student ministries is Laser Tag. It's coming up on Wednesday, March 14th. You can pick up a little reminder card down at the North Foyer kiosk. And then lastly, this Sunday, D groups will still be meeting in the youth room. We're gonna kind of conclude our series on apologetics we've been doing. Should be a great time. So make sure your students are here for that last round of this study.
And if I were Brian, or if Brian were here,
What would he say?
he'd probably want me to mention just the new EquipU quarter that's coming up. You should have received an email from the church office giving you a link to register for classes, one of which is parenting with Brian and Pat.
That'd be great.
And if you didn't see that link through your email, you can go onto the website, and if you go to Connect Adult Classes, it'll be there.
It's right there for you.
Yep,
So
it's easy.
Absolutely.
All right, well, we are going to move into pyramid scheme, personal favorite of mine,
Excellent.
because it's widely known that a pyramid scheme is widely regarded as an unsustainable business model.
Correct.
But a pyramid scheme is widely known as the only sustainable church model.
Amen.
And so our goal for this is to just put something important that's going on in church life in front of you and your family so that you can be praying. So I've got 3 requests pertaining to the pastor elder deacon retreat coming up this weekend.
Yep.
It's a big deal.
It is.
And so we just want you and your family, your friends, to be praying about 3 things. So our suggestion is to take one of these requests, pray for it right now, either pause the video or right after
That's
the video
allowed.
is done. Don't forget. Take another one, set a reminder on your phone or whatever you have to do in order to remember to pray for it later. And then take a 3rd request and then just bring it into your normal prayer time with other people.
Gotcha.
Maybe just before a meal.
Yep.
You just put in something that Pastor Bobby pushed our way.
Excellent.
As far as ways you can pray for the pastor elder deacon retreat. So 1, that God's Spirit would knit our hearts and minds together in clarity of thought and unity of purpose. That's a big one. You might want to unpack that with a friend.
Yeah, exactly.
What does that really look like?
Right.
2, pray that our love for Christ and for each other would grow, and then pray that God would continue to shape our plan to lead and care for the people of Southgate. And I'm just obviously blessed just to hear that come out of the hearts of the leadership at Southgate. Just pray that would continue more and more.
Absolutely.
So it should be a really awesome weekend. I look forward to kind of hearing you guys unpack what happened.
Yep.
So
Thank you for your prayers. We need it, and we appreciate it. Our last segment is going to be a game, as usual. It's going to be a new one.
Yeah.
Because we know that you could have rigged this game in your favor very easily.
I know. So we can't really. I didn't feel right winning one for Pastor Brian.
I appreciate that.
That's a given.
Right.
You know.
He needs all the help he can get, but still, cheating is not
That's
the
not
way
the
to
way
do
it's
it.
gonna work.
So, this game is new, like we said, and it's called Forget Me Not Against the Clock.
Got
It's
it.
a mouthful.
Yeah.
What that means is we're gonna look at a list of items.
You got it.
We have 5 seconds to study it, flip the paper over, then take 10 seconds to regurgitate that list as best we can, this time as relates to ingredients in a cherry pie.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got it.
Okay.
It's about as straightforward as it gets.
Good.
We're going to take a look. Please play along at home because I want to know if we messed this up, if that was all our fault, or
Absolutely.
if this was just reaching for too much.
Okay. So forget me not against the clock. 5 seconds.
5 seconds. Ready?
Ready.
That's time.
All right. I got 4 cups of cherries, 1 cup of flour, some sugar, 1/8 of a teaspoon almond, and pie crust.
Yeah, my cherry pie is going to taste different than yours. It includes 4 cups of cherries and 1/8 cup of almond extract.
Okay.
So I'm really curious. Well, there's nothing that says that you did better than I did here. 4 cups fresh or frozen tart cherries, 1 to 1.5 cups of granulated sugar,
rats.
1/8 tablespoon of almond extract.
Probably should put an extract there. That's a big difference.
Yeah, pie crust, which you did grab.
Okay.
So there's no flour in this recipe.
Interesting.
But you did get me on the, pie crust.
Pie crust
And
wins
I
it.
didn't put in my cherry pie.
Sorry, Brian, you didn't get a point this week.
But you can have my cherry pie when I bring it over.
We'll see you next time.